So just a couple nights ago, I watched Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Now, I'll say right off the bat, I actually liked it better than the first one. There was like a lot more going on with it. I liked the new addition of like the marionette thing and stuff like that. And I don't know, I just like, I really got a lot more into it. You know, Matthew Lillard, I thought did a fantastic job in the first film. And, you know, he has like sort of a couple little tidbit scenes in this that are either like sort of a dream sequence or a hallucination or even a flashback. And he was great in this one as well. But I definitely do like the fact that the chick who possesses the marionette puppet, her father is Skeet Ulrich. A little wink, a little nod to the horror fans out there. I really did appreciate that. And not for nothing, man. I actually think that, granted, Skeet Ulrich didn't have as much to do, but I think that, you know, Matthew Lillard really steals the show in this franchise. But one thing occurred to me, all right? I mean, I did like the franchise a lot better after watching the second film. And they do leave off for a third film. My money says that it's going to be a trilogy, and there's plenty of room to make a pretty damn awesome third entry into it. Anything beyond that, I think they'll be milking it. But to be fair, I haven't really played the video game, so I can shut my mouth. I just told myself. But the thing that I noticed and the thing that I really appreciated about Five Nights at Freddy's, well, first of all, the animatronics. You gotta appreciate the practical effects. And they look fantastic. They do look like the way they are from the game. I did watch the gameplay for the first Five Nights at Freddy's on Watcher. They have this show called Survival Mode where Ryan and Shane like play against each other. Side note, there is a really fun episode of that where Shane and Ryan are playing like this Bigfoot game, and Ryan is the Bigfoot hunter and Shane is the Bigfoot. It's really freaking hysterical. Anyways, I watched them play the gameplay of Five Nights at Freddy's, so I know that the costumes are good. And again, they're not CGI, they're practical, so they're really there. You're looking at an actual thing. Like, a lot of work went into, you know, the technical aspect of making this movie. And you got to appreciate that in this day and age. The other thing that really dawned on me watching this is that this franchise is like the perfect gateway horror film for children. Right up there with Gremlins. And I mean, my dad had sort of like a spectrum, you know? I mean, he let me watch Phantasm pretty young, but he edited the boobs out like by recording Jeopardy over it. But the first like kind of crank it up a little bit movie he let me watch was Gremlins, then Jaws, then The Omen, and then after that he was kind of like, whatever, have fun, you know. But yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's, I think that it's like those great horror films that you can take your kids to see when they're a little bit older. It's a little too intense for the little guys, but like, you know, especially if you're trying to get your kids into horror movies and they seem to be enjoying it, that's the way to go. I did definitely think that the marionette was really creepy. The actress who plays the younger sister, I find that dynamic to be really weird. How is this like 25-year-old dude, like, how old are their parents, man? This chick is like 11. This dude, I mean, he was probably 25 in the last film. Now he's pushing 30. Is he supposed to be like 17 or something like that? Like, how the hell is there such a freaking age gap between them? Anyways, I mean, whatever. Like, I can overlook that. But the girl from this movie did a really fantastic job as the marionette. Actually, so did McKenna Grace. McKenna Grace be popping up in all sorts of horror films these days, you know? And she was good in this, and she was good in Scream 7. I would say she didn't have to put on her acting chops quite as much as she did playing Phoebe in the new Ghostbusters movies. But yeah, she was great. But the chick who gets possessed by the marionette, particularly at the end of the film, you could see her behind the scenes, and she was just having a ball being a creepy little monster. And I love that. So that was a cool addition. Now that, I mean, all right, I'm going to get into the ending a little bit, so if you haven't seen Five Nights at Freddy's 2, it does have my recommendation, but you have been warned. So the fact that at the end of the movie, the actual ghosts of the kids from the first film come back into their, you know, mechanical beings, and they kill all the, like, replicas that are being controlled by the marionette bitch, they basically say, like, okay, we're leaving now, like, our business is done here, we're going to heaven and shit, but we got to warn you that when he comes back, and he will, you know, we're not going to be able to help you, you know, and we all know who he is. You know, it's the Matthew Lillard character, and that's kind of cool because now he's going to be like, you know, basically a human corpse in a, a decaying human corpse in a robotic suit that's just like, was a serial killer in life. So we're really going with the Willy's Wonderland in that. And that chick, the one with the, I guess you call it romantic interest of the older brother, she gets possessed by the marionette. That's another vague criticism I have of this movie. And my wife pointed it out. I didn't really notice until my wife pointed it out, and then I couldn't ignore it. She has this Megan Fox delivery of like every line, and every line is said like the same. And it's like, once she pointed it out to me, I couldn't unsee it. I'm like, oh God, she's awful. I hope that she maybe like livens it up a little bit, I really hope so in the third film. But either way, we're going to get Matthew Lillard back. And I mean, not for nothing, all bets are off when you think about it, because the kids are gone, right? So you just have the evil marionette who has, a friend possessed that they know nothing about. And then you have the ghost of the Matthew Lillard character coming back. And lest I'm mistaken, unless I missed something, the doors to Freddy's are still like, they're not on lockdown anymore. Like the animatronics can actually leave. Even if they shut them down, let's put it that way, the marionette chick inside the body of the romantic interest can still go back and open everything back up again, because otherwise I don't see any reason why they'd be heading back there. I mean, their business is done, but that makes for a really creepy third entry that they could be anywhere at any point, Anyways, I'm really enjoying the franchise. Like I said, it's a great gateway movie for kids, So Five Nights at Freddy's, what do you guys think about it? Has anybody seen Willy's Wonderland? If you have not, you got to go watch Willy's Wonderland. It's great. Like I said, just if for nothing else, for Nick Cage alone. But is there anybody who prefers Five Nights at Freddy's to that? Do you go to see it with your kids? Let me know. Anything you think, let me know down below. I appreciate you watching. Consider subscribing. And that's all she wrote.